Mustangs, and welcome to the first ever quarantine episode of The Maine for the 2020-2021 school year. My name is Drusha Musham, and today we'll look at Necklaces for Mark, go over Student Voice Committee's virtual event, and introduce a brand new Maine video challenge sponsored by BG Stampede. But first, on October 5th, the school board released their back-to-school hybrid plan to transition to in-person learning. Josh Munson has more on the plan and reactions.
Last Monday, the District 204 Board of Education announced its plan to return to school. This plan involves dividing the students up into 4 groups based on last name and grade. Each group will return to school one Monday a month for a full day.
So for us, Mondays was our low-hanging fruit because it was the day we know we needed to strengthen the most. The schedule was not as fluid as we wanted, and Tuesday through Friday we felt was really going as best as it could.
Yeah, I don't see we're going to have a lot of parents taking advantage of their students coming one day a month.
We also spoke with some local parents, teachers, and students to see what their views were on reopening.
I don't think that e-learning is working for a lot of our kids. And in reality, it's just that it's not developmentally appropriate for a 5-year-old to be on a screen for 5 hours a day.
I just want to support getting the kids back in school. Make sure they have a good education and they continue what they've started 2 years ago.
Well, obviously with a class like Woods, as you know, e-learning isn't ideal for a hands-on class like Woods. I think we're trying to make the best of the situation, and obviously no one saw this coming, and we are in the midst of a pandemic, and that's the reality of it. So e-learning might not be ideal, but if it keeps everybody healthy and safe, it's what we got to do.
I think that one day a month is kind of pointless for all that effort to get people in and clean and set things up and change schedules. Change schedules for one day a month. I feel like that's a little bit over the top for the output.
From the student's perspective, what's the benefit of coming into school one day a month? I mean, that's not enough time to get anything done. It's not enough time to even get to know their teachers and their peers face to face because it's been screen to screen for so long. I just don't think that there is enough time there to really have a positive impact or really benefit the students.
And I think with reopening, you have to go all or nothing. And right now it's to the point where we're doing nothing.
I sat down with Michael Razak, the president of the Board of Education, to find out more about the plan to return to school.
What I can safely say is this is just the starting point. Do we think one day every other week is going to cut it? Probably not. For me, this is the stepping stone to more.
How do you think this plan might change come second semester?
So there's different hybrid plans. The simple answer is hybrid. Maybe you're going part-time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and doing things remotely. I see more in-person instruction in a hybrid model until we get to phase 5. Everybody, no matter what side you are, you're kind of anxious and you're angry that this happened. But, I hope we work in a cooperative, collaborative manner. That's how we're best going to serve our students.
For The Maine, I'm Josh Munson.
Inspired by her dad, one of Matia's own young entrepreneurs started a successful nonprofit to donate to the American Heart Association. Aileen McKernan has the scoop.
The profound impact of COVID-19 has opened the doors to many discussions, most being health-related. Did you know 1 in every 4 people in America have some sort of heart problem? Heart disease has a massive influence on American communities, and we have a long way until it's solved. However, progress is made by pushing the cause. Meet a Mustang who is advocating for more research on heart disease through creating a necklace business called Necklaces for Mark.
My name is Mary Kate Farmer, and I'm a junior at Matia. Necklaces for Mark is a small business that I created in honor of my father that recently passed away due to a heart attack. I created it through Instagram in, I would say, the beginning of August. Each necklace costs $7 with a small shipping fee of $3 if necessary. I would say that I've sold close to 300 necklaces and raised around $1,000 for the American Heart Association. I really encourage people to purchase one of my necklaces because it's for a really good cause.
Proceeds are donated to the American Heart Association in order to help further research of heart-related diseases. Thank you, Mary, for sharing your story and standing up for an amazing cause.
Hey Mustangs! The Student Voice Committee will be hosting a discussion in October on the challenges of remote learning. The topics addressed surround technology, mental health, and academic stress. Student feedback is valued because it helps towards creating solutions. For more information, or if you're interested in guiding or just joining the conversation, go to MV Student Voice on Instagram and complete the survey.
Coronavirus has changed more than just the classroom. It's changed the way we run sports and clubs. Owen Harry reports.
As many of you know, coronavirus has changed our way of living over the course of the past 7 months. Because of that, extracurricular activities and sports at Mattia have had to adjust to fit these new regulations. In the world of competitive robotics, with the 2019-2020 season ending abruptly in March due to the coronavirus, a member of our prior senior team decided to create a virtual state competition.
So there was always just kind of this idea in my mind of like, how could we do something to celebrate the fact that we had worked so hard, we had qualified for state.
This live stream that was held recently put the top 60 teams in Illinois against each other to unofficially crown the state champion.
It was just great to get to be around the Illinois VEX community a bit more.
Similar to robotics, many other clubs are having to meet virtually during this time, which will definitely provide a new experience and environment for those involved. Mattia's athletic department is still working hard, with many fall sports still proceeding, but postponing football, boys soccer, and girls volleyball to the early spring. If you do want to watch any of these events, Mattia currently limits outdoor events to 2 family members, but other sports such as swim and dive competitions can be watched through the MVHS network. With that being said, whilst the current situation may not be ideal, Mattia's extracurriculars are certainly adapting. If you are interested in joining any clubs, check out the virtual activity fair as well as Mattia Media. For the Maine, I'm Owen Harry.
Hey, have you guys heard about the Maine Video Challenge?
No. It's a video competition starting with fall sports.
This is a funny and creative video revolving around your team's skills and talents.
Your video should be between 45 seconds and a minute long.
Submit your videos to your coach.
Top video will be featured on the Maine.
Good luck and go Mustangs!
The greatest bands of all times, Rolling Stones, the Beatles, BTS, Roshni Arshish has more.
BTS, an all-South Korean group that surpassed many records since its debut in 2013, including beating the record of the most viewed YouTube music video in 24 hours with their song Dynamite with 101.1 million views. They're also the first group since the Beatles to get 3 #1 albums on Billboard in less than a year. Recently, BTS debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there for 2 consecutive weeks. BTS's Dynamite is the first song by an Asian act to spend a second week at #1 on Billboard Hot 100 after debut week. Billboard stated, with Dynamite, BTS is the first act to rule the Hot 100, Global 200, and Global excluding US charts simultaneously. BTS and fans were ecstatic, and the group expressed their love and gratitude towards their fans with multiple tweets. They've also performed at the Grammys. They've also spoken at the UN.
Young people all over the world from violence. And our fans have become a major part of this campaign with their action and with their enthusiasm. We truly have the best fans in the world.
In addition, BTS's Dynamite is the first song to have sold over 180,000 downloads in consecutive weeks in nearly 4 years since the Chainsmokers' Closer featuring Halsey. Dynamite is also the first song to have sold over 180,000 downloads in its first 2 weeks of release, unlike Closer, since Justin Timberlake's Can't Stop the Feeling. For The Main, this is Rashini Ashret.
Jackson Corbett and Robert Stewart debate on the outlook of Chicago's 2 baseball teams on their new episode of Double Teamed.
Welcome back, sports fans. We got the second segment of the Double Teamed talk show. This week we are talking about the future of the Cubs and the White Sox. Robert, what are your thoughts on the White Sox future?
Well, I think the White Sox did just fine. I think they're out to a good start. I do think that this year was a success. However, I feel like they should have gone a little bit farther if they hadn't slumped so bad in the final weeks of the season. They could have easily gone into the playoffs with a higher seed and definitely with momentum, which would have probably carried them into currently playing in the playoffs right now. But I think their biggest issue is they have good pitching, but they need at least one more solid starter, just so they have backup if rookies or if veterans like Reynaldo Lopez don't perform at their usual level.
Yeah, I totally agree. Going forward, I think they need to snag a couple people in free agency. Trevor Bauer, a free agent this year. I think they need to go out and they need to pursue him. I think they could also improve their right field position, maybe go out and get someone like Yasiel Puig to replace Nomar Mazara. And then I think the obvious one is firing Rick Renteria and getting a new manager in there. You saw how he struggled to manage in those playoffs. I think that is another big move that they need to make.
Yeah, but you know who really needs the help? The Cubs. I mean, they haven't had a great season so far. I mean, they had a successful season. However, it seems like it's the end of an era. They have solid young prospects, but with the Baez on a down year and Chris Bryant having a great season that was also riddled with injury, I don't know how much longer the Cubs can stay well, and Theo Epstein also might think about stepping down. So it's just the end. After 2016, it's just the end of the year.
Yeah, in my opinion, I really think they should restart. They should rebuild. You still got your core pieces from the 2016 team, so you could potentially make one more playoff run, but I don't see them going to the World Series. So I think they should trade some of their core guys, get some young pieces. They got a really poor farm system, one of the worst in the MLB. So I think they need to get some young prospects, boost up their rankings in the farm system, and begin rebuilding for the future.
Thanks for watching the show. If you want more, go to the MVHSMane YouTube page or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MVHSMane. To be on our next show, answer the trivia question below, and the first correct answer will receive a shout out in the next video. I'm Robert Stewart, and that's Jackson Corbett. Thanks for watching.
That's all for this episode, Mustangs, and if you want to see more content, head on over to matiamedia.org and click on the main. And if you still can't get enough, follow us on Twitter at MVHSMane and on Instagram at MatiaMane. From all of us here at Broadcast Journalism, we hope that you stay safe and connected. Once again, this is Drusha Musam, signing off.